Welcome to Reality Bites, and hi to everyone at the AHC. I'm Tricia LaBella from Real Time Enhancements, which is about creating wellbeing environments in real time, the right here and now. So I just thought I'd just start by sharing with you my connection with the hairdressing industry. While I'm not a hairdresser myself, I've been married to a hairdresser for the past over 30 years. Steve, and my son's also a hairdresser now, so I'm quite familiar with the salon environment and the issues that salon owners face and have faced for it's been over 30 years. So more so now, really recognising such changes that are emerging because of the changes in the world nowadays. So, differences and changes within how businesses are run, technologies, all the outside influences, social media, and all of these things really playing a role and changing up how we do sort of business. And so with each of those comes the dilemmas because you sort of fall into your comfort zone. You've got staff, you train them up, and then staff leave, or you just start to get familiar with a business approach, and then new regulations come in, new legislations, and so having to change things up to meet the changing needs. And especially in the social media side, marketing, and once upon a time it was advertising through yellow pages. There was only a few areas of places to market business and word of mouth, those few areas that you would invest that time and energy into. Well, of course, now there's an abundance of methodologies for promotion, marketing, and so there's a lot of confusion that comes with all of that. Which way do you turn? What do you do? And what's the impact of all of those? And sometimes it's this feeling of I've got to jump to all of them, and sometimes they work positively for you and sometimes they don't. And so it's the first time ever in history we're facing such complexities, not only for salon owners, but in all industries and organisations. Some of these current dilemmas we're facing with young people, with this technology, the way the world is going, is really creating some challenges. And so everyone is really trying to sort of scramble to think, how can we work with this? It's probably the first time ever that for young people, a lot of young people have never known anything other than smartphones and instant gratification, instant connection with everything they need. And so this concept of even, perseverance and persisting is not actually familiar to them. So lots of dilemmas and challenges that come with the times that we're in. And so with that, we're in times of thinking, well, okay, how do we actually tackle this? And that really leads into the tips that I'm going to be bringing today in terms of some wellbeing tips in ways and strategies of tackling some of the things we are facing. So the first wellbeing tip is actually wellbeing practice. And there's a lot of talk about bringing wellbeing into workplaces, and there's a really important reason for that because when you engage in some wellbeing practices, some simple things like eating well, getting some sunshine, getting some exercise and movement happening, something happens in your body that creates a sense of well-being and comfort, which you might not otherwise feel. So we know that when we go out and do a run or walk, we do get that instant feeling of feeling good. But it's more than that. What it does is it actually helps to increase the dopamine in our brain, which means that it's not just feel good for the moment. It is actually builds a capacity to think more clearly and to have your body be able to work more efficiently. So that has implications for work practice. So if you, as salon owners and for your staff, if you can build in regularly some short wellbeing practices, playfulness, listening, getting up and down, all of those little things can make a difference. So encourage your staff to take their breaks, and not just breaks on the phone, because the phone is one of those, yes, it brings instant feel good, but it's like a sugar hit. It's instant, but then it has some implications later on with really actually creating more of a sort of an addictive and compulsive aspect, which goes against our well-being. So tip number one. So tip number two is also the concept of facing your problems. Look, when we have a problem, in a quick fix and instant gratification world, we just want it fixed, we just want it gone. We've moved away from the concept of, when we've got a problem, really sort of getting together and really exploring and building solutions to that. So there's not a lot of time we give to the conversation and asking the questions and really delving into what could this be and what could be the impact of that, and how can we do it differently, and will this really suit us, and what about if we do it this way, and what does everyone think? Are we all on board with that, so that we actually build this sense of building solutions as a team? So face problems, but perhaps bring some platforms to have those conversations could be a really great one for your well-being, for you and your staff, because you might start to really build some new and different solutions. And number three is bring heart back to the workplace, to life. Heart is this concept of empathy and compassion, and a sense of understanding what it feels like for someone else and what's going on in their world, so that even though it's really hard and we get frustrated because we want things to go our way. For example, right here now, while I'm doing this video, I'm wanting my dogs to be not walking around making sounds on the floor. However they are. They're not really enjoying the fact that I'm here videoing, and my heart is open up. It's opened up to think, I get why that is. So actually what it's doing is it's helping me to be a bit tolerant, to be a bit patient, and to work with it, even though it might be a little bit challenging. And that's the very thing that can happen in salons as well. When you give a little bit of heart, you receive a little bit back, and that can really start a little bit of a ripple effect. So some wellbeing tips that hopefully might be helpful and resonate for you. So just reinforcing those three things. Try and get in some wellbeing practices, small and little things, all scattered throughout the day to keep boosting up that dopamine and really helping the body and mind to function better. Number two is tackle your problems, but accept that often there's no quick fix, but build opportunities for conversations and to work together towards creating your best fit solutions to some of the problems that you're dealing with. Some social media, some practices are not for everyone. So just being able to fine tune it to what's right for you so that it doesn't get too overwhelming. And the last one is bringing that heart back into the workplace. And once the heart starts to open, it does really start to feel good, and it really does have a ripple effect, not only in your salon life, but in your family life as well. So hopefully there's something in that. Contact me if any of this resonates for you and you're keen to explore any of it further. Have a great day.